Hello, and welcome back. Thursday morning, 8:30, sourcing and sales video. Stop the music. Actually, keep it playing. I like that one. That's enough. So did a farther route yesterday. Went out to Avon, and I think there was one store I did not get anything at. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stopped at 8, got stuff at 7. Add all that up in a bit. So those, probably, yeah, you can make it out a little. So I got a good chunk of stuff. Turned out to be pretty good. I didn't really add everything up. We'll save that for later. Primarily, let's find out what's sold. Yesterday was 6 for 122 or 128. One of the two, but there's only 6 that went out. So let's take my stack, flip it over, and go. Token, Turn of the King. This is a clean, what year is this one? 1969, it looks like. So since it is clean, I bought it for whatever, $1 or $2. Someone will use it just to kind of add to their printing collection. Or they just want it, or it's for school or something, and somebody wants a nice clean version. 17. Adventures in Odyssey. Angle of this is weird. 4-disc set, 21. I still have a handful of these left. Here's one to, I've sold several of these before of different types and variations. So it's a CD set of, from 2005, it looks like this angle. 2005 official album of the Walt Disney World Resort. $44. Daily essentials of being pregnant here. Yoga. Pregnant yoga. 22. Larry Sanders Show. They were selling for quite a bit more when I got it, and then over the repricings and so on and so forth, it eventually comes down. $30. Scream 3. So that's the last one I have of these because I had got multiple copies of 1, 2, and 3 all sealed. And last one, 14. Desperate Housewives, season 5, is it? 8. Season 8. 31. And Strapped, 24. So that is 8 orders for $205 in sales, $202 product cost received. So that tells me it's all domestic. All right, so the total from the stores for the sourcing. One store I did get a $5 Mario shirt that read extra large, and when I put it on here, it was brought out all my contours, and yeah, it was an extra large for kids, not someone 6'4". So, oops. All right, 1075, 264. So 10, 12, 13, 1350. Well, if we do it right, 1330, 486. So 17, 18. $6.92, 18, and $7.25. And this is the place where I bought the shirt, so it'd be $26.63 minus 5 is $21.46. Plus another 3, we'll just round up for 4. That's $36.40. So $42 maybe. All right, so when it comes down to more likely with it being darker sooner, so I was back at exactly 8 o'clock, left 9:30, so a pretty good chunk, 10.5 hours between, but it's 50 minutes, 50 minutes to the first store, and then going to 7 stores. Does take a little bit of time with the traffic and stuff. With that coming up, a lot of the sourcing videos may be kind of combined with what sold videos. Although in my metrics, the standalone sourcing videos tend to do better than a what sold video and a combined video, but my channel, my rules. All right. The art of scarf tying. Right? Really want to think it, but it's like $20. And there were these. So this was at the Thrift World, so it was $1. I believe this was also at the Thrift World. Maybe. Don't remember. When you go to 7 stores, you try to remember, but not all the time. So this is a new wine tasting journal with a little QR on here. Quick response. Doesn't look like it's ever been used. These clean, new, 25 to $30. The Art of Courtly Love, $2. 25. A lot of it was just bread and butter out and about. Mary, Mother of the Lord, hardcover. You just have this little piece in it here. I don't think. No, it's just an advertisement. It is corner clipped up here. Julio Romano, 1980. And this one is like $25-$30. This one here will still fit in an eBay 6x10 envelope. So as long as I can mathematically, visually kind of keep it within that size, it's going to be under the 8-ounce rate, but still go media, $4.47. But this is 25-ish. A Successful Hunting Club. So this is in a protective plastic. It is not. There we go. It is not ex-library. So it's another piece of protective plastic on it. I think it's 1985. Yeah, 1985. These are 25 to 35. No, not really, don't sell a whole lot. As for books wise, a lot of books that I buy, they're not going to have a massive 90-day, or let alone some of them won't even have a massive Terror Peak. $2 for a roughly $30 book. And this is electromechanical energy conversion. So it's definitely interesting enough in the realm of the science engineering spectra. Spectra is probably not the right word. So this is a 1959 written by David C. White and Herbert Woodson. It has kind of that book, slight bit of musty, but mainly smell the book, the aged book smell. These are 50 to 70 bucks. And this one was half off at Savers, so it was $3. So this is one that I will pay $3 for. It'll sit in a box. Eventually it will sell for 50, 60 bucks. Got a stack of CDs, DVDs, and cassettes. All right, cassettes will kind of go pretty quick here. Wait, this was at the Goodwill in Avon. No, I know the store. I can visualize the store. North Ridgeville, maybe. So I was already done going through the DVDs and basically everything there. I was getting ready to head over to the books, and the woman comes out and she's putting stuff away, and I try to converse with who's ever putting the stuff away, see if I can kind of curry a little bit of favor or something. Be like, hey, well, if you're putting this stuff out, I'm here. I resell this stuff. So if you have more out there or in the back, go get it, bring it out. I'll go through it. I'll even put some away for you. Put it on the shelves for you. She goes, no, this is it. But she'd already put away some tapes, and she was putting away, she said that there were some DVDs and CDs left, which there were, and then I looked at those and I put them away. I was like, see, I put the stuff away. She's like, no, that's it. When we were done talking, I went ahead and went down on the tapes, and she goes, oh, no, there's just a bunch of rock. And there was a bunch of rock. There was like Todd Rundgren and Foreigner and Journey, and there was a Pink Floyd Umaguma. All those aren't really worth the while. And at those stores out there, tapes and VHS and something else was $6 for $5, and then CDs and DVDs were $5 for $5, and they had a different variation of things, however it was. So got MC Light. This is probably only about $15. Dr. Dre, The Chronic. This one is a little more, 30 to 35, maybe 40. I don't think it'll be 40 because it does have quite a bit of print wear and stuff. The tape has been played, and you can see on how faded the ribbon is. The other ones that were there, they had some other rap and hip hop stuff. The other ones that were there, you could see that there were white spots on the tape, which is going to tell me that it's mold and mildew from moisture and stuff. And some of the other tapes that were there, like the artwork was crumbled. You could see that it just got, however it happened. It was in a basement, and some pump went bad, and just it kept so much moisture in the air. But these ones here, and the actual tape is clean to that point. So there's that one. This is just flat out blank, but it has on here Prince symbolism. But this is a blank type 2. Z2, so these cassettes, brand new, these cassettes are like $25. Not with the print, but because of the quality. The type 2. This is a double coating, high CrO2, high metal. So I got this to eventually add to a lot of used type 2s. And you could sell used type 2s and probably still average like $4, $5, $6 each, depending which ones you have in there. And then speaking of type 2s, okay, I was reading that thinking that it wasn't type 2. So this is a blank type 2. These ones are like $12, $15 brand new. I have a stack of other type 2s. Looks like the exact same one. Exact same one. Some Maxell, Memorex, Maxell. And although that is a type 1, it's just cool. It will go in with the type 2. Then I'll get like 30 of these. It takes a while to get the, I mean, you can see the dust. You can see the dust. I don't find them often. And I still have that Nakamichi reference, that sealed Nakamichi reference tape. It's about $100. It's sealed. The ones to look for are type 2 and type 4. If you find a type 4, like that reference tape, they're going to be $50 minimum, probably even 30 to 40 used, 50 plus new. Type 3 is probably going to even be more because they didn't make as many type 3. The sound and the qualities of everything was between the difference of type 2 and type 4. Type 3 barely had a difference, so they just stopped making them. All right, what else we got here? Ice Cube and Will to Kill, is it? Yeah, Kill at Will. This is $15-20. And Iron Maiden, the number of the beast, about $15-20. So these were less than $1 each. Got those. All right, DVDs, just going to run by. There is 2 that I do remember. Maybe that one. Maybe that one. Okay, and that one. Oh, look, then there's more than that. All right. So we have The Horribles right here with Neil Patrick Harris. Yeah, was that Sarah Gilbert? Nathan Fillion, Felicia Day. So this is about $20, give or take. Standards, it's a concert. Don't remember, say $20. Berkeley Workshop, again, probably close to 20. Tuttenstein, so they had a whole bunch of other ones. This is the only one that was worthwhile. All the other ones were like $5, $6, $7. This one is 15-ish. So for DVDs, when I'm paying $1 for them, this is a full workout. Look at the size of that. Size of that SKU. Vitality Life. It's like $30. Walking with Dinosaurs, sealed, $25-30. Brave Little Toaster, over 20. Chemistry 101 is like $50, maybe a little more. Oh, and this workout one is probably $15-20. So again, when I make these, I try to remember on what they were when I'm scanning, but for the most part, what I'm going to buy, very rarely will I pick stuff up that's going to sell for $10, $12. I do free shipping on everything but auctions. So when I'm buying, it's going to be a minimum of 15. I mean, if it's a $3 DVD and if they sell for 15, no. $3 and they sell for 20 plus, yes. But I try to maximize. I mean, that's why I put in the titles on how many listings or how many items I got for the total amount with tax of what I paid. That way, in all, that day's cost of goods, whatever that average is, that's what it is for the day. That's how I see that. So if I got 60 items for $51, that's less than $1 an item, right? I don't know if that's exactly how this is going to turn out to be, but could be. All right, CDs, since there are plenty of them, I'm just going to rush through them again. So we will assume it's $15-20, and if there's anything, or 15 to low 20s, if there's anything that's going to be above that I remember, I will mention. All right. So Telarc, if I remember right, this one is like $12-15. Skeeter Davis, 15 plus. Tammy Jones Robinette. Is that her name? Yep. Robinette. Over 20. This is the Piercy Faith. Oh, hold on a minute. Thought I had another. So that one's going to be over 20, but I thought I had another Piercy Faith or someone like that was a Japan import. I still have quite a few more left, but let's say $20. The Schubert, I think mid-20s. Got 2 of these, one from 2 different stores, and incidentally, they're both B and G. But these are about $20, maybe a little more. She Loves Me cast recording. I'm trying to see on people that ran it. All right. but probably 20 bucks. Gregorian Chant Definitive, maybe 15, 20 bucks. I mean, that could be 40 for all I remember, right? George Shearing, probably close to 20. England import. Keith Whitley. So Whitley. So I've sold these before. I may even still have another one left. So if I do, it just gets added to that count and put in the same box as that one. 25, 30 bucks. Brother Bones and his crew and his shadows. 25 bucks. Charlie Hayden, I think about the same, like 25. Very unique, some unique jazz. Carpenters, all right, so this is non-barcode. It is a Time Life. So, oh, look at that. A kind of 80s type design right here. Some, not really a whole lot, but some of just the Time Life specific stuff can do quite well. And Carpenters in general, like their greatest hits and their Christmas ones, those are going to be the more common ones. You start finding the more obscure and different ones. Obviously, there's going to be more. This is like 25 bucks. Ted Nugent, Super Hits, sealed, 15, 20. Skrillex, probably like 15, maybe a little more. Girl from the North Country soundtrack, probably 15, 20 bucks. From this moment on, there's two people here. Joe Hunter and Dallas Coffee. It's remastered from 2000. That's at least what this sticker right about here is reading. And it does have 2000 something on the disc. Can't read it because it's covered up by $20. Yeah, I guess I didn't get that. Guess I didn't get it. All right, so this one here, center field. So I sold one of these not too long ago. It was like 20, 25 bucks that was open. And that had like a little stub in it. And Ariana Grande. This is about the only other one that's really worth much of a whirl. There's a mint disc. So some prices for this one here. This is, of course, there's a sticker covering it up. There's my everything. So there's some that are priced a little lower, like 15, 20 bucks, and then there's some that are over 30, and there's some that have sold for less than 30, and some that have sold for over 30, so 30. Again, not going to add it all up. This long video. So 1, 2, 3, 39, 40. So 40 items for whatever the 50 something. And of that 42 of what's here, that's easily over 1,000 sourced. So was that 1,000 sourced for those 10 hours worth my time, and then everything else all involved in it worth my time? Pre-fees and tax and all that, yeah, that's still 70, 80 an hour. I don't go by that, but it's definitely worth my time to go out and be kind of tired the next morning. Just to rinse, repeat. About anyhow. I guess gonna wrap that one up. So, like what you heard, like what you saw, like what you learned. Learned about blank audio tapes. Type 2, Type 4. You're most commonly going to find Type 1, but if you find Type 2 sealed or used for the right price, used, I mean, any of them basically under $1 because you could put 30 used ones in a lot and still probably get 60, 70 bucks, maybe $80 total maybe a little more total with shipping or free shipping, whichever, for those. So you can still kind of keep your eye out on those. But the sealed ones, yeah, for the most part, sealed ones are going to be minimum of 10, $12 each brand new. Yeah, but I usually just put those on a lot. Because that's one of those that if I were to scan any of the ones that I have, there's going to be 312 other listings of brand new. So it's constantly erased to the bottom, which I really don't like to do. And like I mentioned in a video yesterday, day before, whenever, that most of the stuff that I sell, there's not going to be a lot of competition of. That's why I do that. But if you start listing things that you're going to have a ton of competition, is that that adds more variables on when somebody's looking for it. Are they going price lowest first? Are they going nearest to them first? Are they going top rated? Are they doing free shipping? What are they picking? So that you have so many things that you have to that are kind of working against you. That's why I don't do sell in the saturated market stuff. And even for some of the smaller electronics things that I would sell, it would still be, oh, well, this Sony remote can sell for $20. There's 420 other listings of that exact Sony remote. I'm not even going to bother. Because by the time someone will be like, well, there's another one listed for 16, I'm going to offer you 12. Just years and years, decades of experience of dealing with things. To me, physical media has turned out to be the least problemsome. Still problems, but the least problemsome. Tell me anything you're going up. Comment down below. Subscribe, share. Does all help me, help you, so we can help other people learn about buying physical media, sell it on eBay. Appreciate it. Thank you.